Hey up everyone, welcome back to the Rugby League History channel. I hope you're all well on this Saturday, wherever you may be in the world. Tonight's video I'm going to be talking about Canberra and do they have a cultural problem. Before I get into that video though, I'm currently at 669 subscribers. My next goal is to get to 700 subscribers. Thank you to everyone that's recently joined and thank you to everyone that's been supporting this channel from the very beginning. It's very much appreciated and thanks to everyone for their kind words over the last couple of days. Now getting into this video, it comes in light of the fact that 4 SG ball players from Canberra were sacked over an alleged cover-up of a glassing incident in the Canberra city centre, and then before that you had the NRL players Harawira-Naera and Corey Horsburgh getting arrested and pulled over for drink driving, so that was another stain on the club. And then in the past you look at over the last, say, 10 years or so, you've got the likes of Todd Carney that's played for the club, he's been sacked, Blake Ferguson, Josh Dugan, Joel Monahan, you know, getting a blowjob off a dog there, like. And then in recent times, you've had Curtis Scott, and you've also had Tom Starling. Now, I know both of those players have been cleared of most of the wrongdoing that was alleged against them, but when you actually think about the situations they're in, they should never have been in those situations in the first place. You look at Canberra as a whole over the last 10 to 12 years, there's been a real cultural problem at the club. It seems that players are constantly getting in trouble there. And if you watch me top 5 NRL worst behaved clubs video, you'll find Canberra in there. I think they had about 14 incidents in total. You can check out that video, it's in the link below. But the last 3 incidents have been quite bad at the club. You had the glassing incident, I mean, that's just not unlike. And with the 2 drink driving incidents, now I've never understood when NRL players get arrested for drink driving. They've got all the money in the world, they've got lots in the bank, but then they still choose to get behind the wheel and drive. Fucking Corey Harawira-Naera and Corey Horsburgh, they're fucking a pair of divvies, like. They need to wake up to themselves. I mean, with Corey Harawira-Naera especially, he was in the high wage drink driving category. This was on Christmas Eve. With the money that they make, you think that they'd be able to say, I'm just going to jump in a taxi. I mean, they could go from one side of the city to the other. They could even leave Canberra and go to Sydney for some event, and they could probably cover the cab charge, like. But especially with Corey Harawira-Naera driving nearly 2 or 3 times over the legal limit, getting pulled over on Christmas Eve, he should have just taken a cab. I mean, he could have killed someone. Something bad could have happened from that. He could have smashed into someone. He could have killed himself or hurt himself. Same with Corey Horsburgh, the same thing. And then you look at previous off-field incidents, it seems like there's a lot of problems with alcohol at the club and conduct of players at the club. Now, in the past, they've sacked those players that have done any wrongdoing. With Curtis Scott and Tom Starling, as I said before, even though that they were cleared of wrongdoing, they shouldn't have been there. I remember when Curtis Scott first signed for Canberra, he said, I didn't sign for a Sydney club because I wanted not to be in the fishbowl and I didn't want to be analysed and I didn't want to get in any drama because all the Sydney clubs seem to get into a bit of drama. And here he is, about 2 weeks later, up in Sydney getting drunk and then falling asleep in Moore Park. Now, what the police did was wrong, in my personal opinion, but he should never have been in that situation in the first place. And with these SG ball players, we don't know who they are at this stage, but they could be anyone. And I know that this channel's a Melbourne Storm-free zone, and I hate talking about Melbourne, and I feel dirty just talking about him, but Josh Addo-Carr, he was an SG ball player at one stage with South Sydney. He was sacked for doing the wrong thing. He played for Cronulla, he was let go for the similar sort of reason. Maybe one of those players could have been the next Josh Addo-Carr, we don't know. Going back to Corey Horsburgh and Corey Harawira-Naera. Corey Horsburgh, I think this is his first ever off-field incident that I can recall. Corey Harawira-Naera, he's very lucky to even be playing for Canberra. He was sacked by Canterbury for doing the wrong thing, as we know, with the schoolgirls and the sex incident up there in Coffs Harbour, I believe. But this is his second chance, and he's almost blown his second chance, and he's very, very lucky that he's still at the club. Me personally, I'd I would not have signed Corey Harawira-Naera if I was a Canberra official. I would have kept well away from that. Corey Harawira-Naera's career could have been over then and there, but this is going to be probably his third and last chance. Will he learn from the mistake? I'm not too sure. When it comes to culture at clubs, does it affect the success that you have on the field? If you watch me NRL worst behaved clubs list, not really, because you look at clubs like Eastern Suburbs, Sydney Roosters, and you've got Canterbury in there in the past. They've had cultural issues but still been successful. So I think from an on-field success point of view, it's not going to affect Canberra as an on-field issue, but off the field and how it makes the game of rugby league look and how it makes Canberra look as a club makes it look very poor. Also, I've heard some excuses in the past that why Canberra always seem to attract trouble is that it's a small place, it's very boring, there's nothing to do, so therefore players get into trouble. I think that's a very poor excuse, and there's other clubs that come from certain or similar sized towns and they don't have the same trouble Canberra do. So in my personal opinion, Canberra has a really bad problem when it comes to culture. It's something they're going to have to fix. They're going to have to look at themselves in the mirror. They might have to implement a no dickheads policy like some other clubs have introduced in the past, because these last three incidents have once again stained the game of rugby league in Australia. They've stained the NRL, and me for one, I'm not happy about it. Like, so Canberra, fucking wake up to yourselves, sort your shite out and sort your players out. Anyways, everyone, that's my video about the Canberra Raiders club and their cultural issues. I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, make sure you give it a thumbs up. If you have not yet subscribed to the Rugby League History channel on YouTube, please consider doing so. I've also got pages on Instagram and Facebook. Go check those out. I'll put links in the description below. Anyways, everyone, this is Rugby League History signing off, and I'll catch us all later in the next video. Alright, tatty bye now.